Hey guys, I'm going to go through the online test tutorial. You have to watch this video, and I'm doing it through Edpuzzle, so that will be my proof that you did watch it. If you don't watch it by the end of today, I will be emailing you to remind you it has to be watched tomorrow. So when you get into the room to take your EOC, you're not going to touch your computer until myself or whoever is helping me tells you to do so. When you open your Chromebook, you're just gonna immediately go to the lower left-hand corner. There's gonna be like a little waffle kind of symbol there. You click on that, and then it says NC Test. If you sign into the Chromebook, we have to power the Chromebook off, close it, and start all over again. So please, the day of the test, do not log into your Chromebook. Just open the Chromebook. You'll see a thing down here. You just click it and click NC Test. The day of the test, we will go ahead and click NC Test, but we're doing the tutorial quickly today. All right, the tutorial that we are doing is EOC. You won't have any of this available to you. That's something that if you had an IEP or a 504 and it was in there, that would be set for you. So someone is going to log you in, and you're going to check to make sure that your name, the school name, it should say NC Math 3 will be here, and then don't click start until I am reading the instructions and the instructions tell you to start. All right, so some sample questions. Up here, you can highlight. You can just click the X and it gets rid of the highlight. This is a strike through. Oh no, just kidding. That would erase like individual little pieces of highlighter if you wanted to erase it. This X up here is how you eliminate choices that you know are not going to be the right choice. And if you really don't know how to do this question, you want to come back to it later, you can flag it. And when you flag a question, when you click review, a little question mark is going to pop up. And you notice how when I clicked review, I can see how many questions there are, and it'll tell me if I have answered them or not. So I'm just going to randomly pick answers. This is a drag and drop type of question. So here are my choices. I would just click on one and drag it in. If that's not one that I wanted, I just click on it and move it back if I needed to pick something else. You don't have any where you have to type like paragraphs like this, but in this case, you're selecting from those two choices. And you can adjust some of the parts of the screen that you can see. Like you notice how when I went up to it, the cursor looks different. So that let me know I could click there and I could drag it up. Same thing here. Oh look, there's actually more choices there. So if I wanted to pick a different choice, I just click it. So the one that's gray is the one that I've selected, and it shows up down here at the bottom. And if I didn't want that choice anymore, just unclick it. All right, this type of question, you're going to drag and drop the answer into the open box. So the orange is the open box. All right, so again, I just drag the one that I think is right. And if that's not what I want to choose anymore, I just click it and drag it back. All right, I'm just going to click on the one that I think is right for this. Click the word that means diverse. So I think that's the one that means diverse. If at any point in time you are having trouble with the tools, you can click the question mark. And it comes up with a toolbar of what all the little icons mean. All right, so this is one where you would type a paragraph, but we don't have any like that on the Math 3 tutorial. But if you're taking English 2, I mean, you might have one where you have to type but you would type your paragraph there, and it tells you how many characters you have left. All right, lab equipment. Again, this is just multiple choice. So if I wanted to eliminate answer choices, I could click the little X. And anytime you click something and then you don't want it anymore, you just click it again. All right, so this is a matching. This is the purpose, and I'm trying to drag and drop what matches the definition. So protect the body from clothing and damage. That sounds like lab coat. Protect a person's eyes. Protect a person's hands. This one wants me to select 2 pieces of lab equipment that are used to contain liquids. So again, down here, it shows me what I've selected. And again, I can move that so that I can see it a little bit better. And same thing, I can move this up so I can see it a little bit better. So beaker, test tube. All right, what fraction of the figure is shaded? Again, this is just multiple choice. This is a graded response. You definitely will have ones like this. So that's 3/4. So you can either type it in as 3/4, because that's 3 out of 4, or you can type it in as 0.75. The only thing you can't type in is a mixed number, which you would probably not do that anyway, because we have not been typing things as mixed numbers. You can put the 0 in front. It really doesn't matter. The EOC can figure out the many different ways that you can write 3/4. All right, so you can tell 3 and 6. I might want to go back to those and just double check because they don't have a star. The one that I flagged came up there. But I actually... Okay, this is just section 1 of 2. I'm just going to go ahead and click next. See it? Section 1 of 2. All right, so this is going to come up when you go to end the test. So this is saying, I'm done with this section. I will not be able to move on. I will not be able to come back to this section. Your Math 3 EOC is only one section. So if you get a big symbol like this, then that means you're at the end of the test. But English 2 and biology, they might have different sections. But I'm going to go ahead and click next. This would come up in the Math 1 EOC. You will have a calculator available to you the whole entire time. So your whole test, you're going to see this calculator icon up here. When you click that, it pulls up basically Desmos. And then you can make it bigger. And this way you can type here. You can see your graph. You can push this little button to pull up all the symbols that Desmos has to offer. And then you just click it out. But you can use your regular calculator as well. Those will be passed out to everybody. So she walks 3 miles a day. I'm just going to answer this one. All right, another drag and drop. So drag and drop which one is the same as the square root. All right, and up here in the corner, see how it says item 2 of 4? I know that there's 4 questions. Select all the factors of 8. So this is one where I'm able to select as many as I think are correct. And again, it shows me all the ones that I've selected down here. The ones that I picked show up gray. And I can always click them and unclick them. This is where you have multiple things to drag and drop. So I want to create an expression that is equivalent to that, which basically is just asking me to combine like terms. So x squared plus x squared is 2x squared. So I would have to drag a 2, and I would have to drag the x squared. So there's 2x squared. 4 plus 1 is 5. So when you see, and you see how there's a 3 above here, so that means I'm choosing something from column 3. All right, it looks like I have answered everything. I didn't flag anything. So make sure when you get to the end of your test, you raise your hand and have somebody check to make sure that you did actually answer every question and that you don't have anything flagged. And then when me or whoever is helping me comes over to you and we say, okay, you can click end test if you're done. You click end test, and then the stop sign means you're 100% done. If you see the stop sign, you cannot log back in and change anything about your test. So some of you might want to take an extra hour. You technically get 4 hours, but at 3 hours, anybody that's done is going to leave. So don't click all the way to the stop sign if you know that you need that 4th hour. Another thing that happens a lot is if you move your cursor off the edge of your screen, it's going to log you out of the test. So try to avoid moving your mouse all the way to an edge. That will log you out of the test. Another thing that happens on Chromebooks is the backspace key and the exit key are like right next to each other on the keyboard. So if you've been using your own laptop and now you're having to use a Chromebook to take the test, just be mindful that you don't keep hitting the escape button on the keyboard because that will log you out of the test as well. All right, please email me if you have questions, okay?